Hi, I'm Diana Becker and welcome back to my channel. I'm going to talk about Mexican driving a little, and I'm not making fun of Mexican driving. It's just the way the roads are. They're so much older, and the car that we rented is so much larger than most of the cars on the road that and people just generally in Mexico are super good drivers, basically, because they have to navigate all these obstacles. So one of the primary obstacles is potholes, which we drove slaloms around trying to get places. And I mean, you had to constantly be aware of the potholes coming up. You couldn't take your eyes off the road, which I'm really grateful that someone else was driving and that I didn't rent a car and drive it myself. I don't think I'd recommend that for anybody. And I drive in LA, so I got a lot of experience with obstacles and crazy drivers, but I don't think people in Mexico are crazy drivers. I think they're really, really good drivers. But first, we went and got gas. Now, the gas stations are full service. They pump the gas, they wash your windows. So many things in Mexico are full service. Like, you drive into the place where you're going to change money, and there's somebody who looks like a homeless guy pointing you into your parking spot, which you could easily find yourself because it's the only empty parking spot. And yet, there's a guy helping you. Or at Costco, there's a guy following you back to your car to take your cart back. Or at the gas station, the guy's pumping the gas, the guy's washing the windows. So the reason for all these people being so helpful is they all get tips. Everybody gets tips. There's this whole running gag with me and Marcella where we're always talking about 5 pesos. Well, that's because everybody expects at least 5 pesos for their little favors that they do people. And it's kind of a kinder, gentler way to deal with things in a way, because, I mean, in LA, there's people washing windows on the street corners, which I always thought was weird or uncomfortable. But I guess if you look at Mexico, you realize that if these people are from Mexico, that's like a common thing there. That's really commonly accepted. Or in LA, there's people selling fruit on the side of the road. And I never buy it because I'm uncomfortable with it. And in Mexico, everybody buys things on the side of the road. They stop at a stoplight, grab some jicama, and they're off. $20 for gas!
¿Por qué le puso la verde?
No sé, así la pidió.
No, el señor me dijo que es roja.
Ah, pues échale tú.
Sí, está bien.
Two colors.
¿Me puede ayudar?
Gasoline, red and green.
Which one do we take, red or green?
Red.
Because it's a big car, right?
Yes, Stephanie put in green.
Oh, in this car? Was that a problem?
No, it's in green, Ricardo. Because they tell me red color. The people tell me red color.
Red.
Looking the nice and everything.
So after we got the gas, I asked Ricardo and Marcella a little bit about Teslas, if they'd seen any Teslas, because I saw that Mexico had some superchargers on the Tesla supercharger app. And this is what Ricardo told me. Could you say that again? What?
Tesla?
In Guadalajara, only five guys?
Tesla in Guadalajara. It's
Really?
so more expensive here.
It's super expensive here.
And but they have chargers here, so those five guys can get free charging everywhere.
The mall?
The mall.
The mall fancy have chargers.
But you
Maybe
not
later we'll go
you
to the
not
mall.
driving in Mexico, your car don't come in here. Because
Only rich
beautiful
people.
car, they say, oh, you rich people. Okay, give me your car, give me your money, give me your life. Because kill it. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Gabriela.
Here is a community rich people.
Bugambilias. It's not the same as the way we spell it.
Bugambilias. The plants.
It's like London.
Oh, yeah? How do you know? Oh, because you were there, yeah.
Here, and you back for vacation.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty.
No, it's more better than Chapala. It's not more beautiful. Oh, this look, this is saying this. Oh, this is my house.
It's sort of like Beverly Hills.
Yeah, it's like.
You want think?
This is the Beverly Hills of Mexico. It's kind of like Malibu, where they have the houses. They still have the potholes, though, huh? Yeah, potholes. Potholes are a big deal. Potholes were everywhere, super deep. We had a cobblestone street where Marcella lived, but it led to a dirt road. And that led to a freeway and a road on the highway and another dirt road. And every single style of road has huge potholes. And the drivers just drive around them. There were also obstacles in the road, which, I mean, I could see garbage or abandoned cars, a lot of abandoned cars. In fact, they obviously had been there so long, they had bushes growing out of them and trees, and some of them were crooked at a 45-degree angle, and it just looked like they'd been there forever. Tires, but we even saw objects in the road. I don't even know what they were. Yeah, there was so many potholes. It's hard to film potholes when you're driving over them. Oh my.
Yo voy a cantar esta canción para mi gente, con una pasión tan fuerte. Ay, 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 ahora sigo cantando y sigo gozando, yo sigo cantando y sigo gozando.
Okay, so there's people selling things on the side of the road, and in LA I see this all the time, and a lot of them are Hispanic, and I never buy anything because I think it's, you know, weird or illegal or something. I don't know. I'm not used to it culturally, but now that I've been to Mexico, I see that this is the way things are done in Mexico. And honestly, it's really convenient. You're driving along the road and somebody's selling candy or cookies, and you just stop and in 5 seconds before the light turns green, here's my 30 pesos and here's my cookies, you know? Oh, just buy one cookie?
Unas campechanas. Ah, son campechanas. Campechanas. Gracias.
Oh. Cookies for everybody? I'm just going to give you a quick example of how convenient this is. We're driving along, they see a guy selling jicama, and they buy it. And would you rather do this than go to the supermarket in your car for a 20-minute drive?
¿A cuánto la jícama? A 30.
Ay, careros.
Yeah, here.
¿Quieres?
You got money?
Aquí están los 30, Ricardo. Ya están aquí. ¿Quieres otra?
10.
No.
Voy. No, aquí
Sí,
tienes.
jícama.
Gracias.
Vete.
Un niño que se te lo anda. This is jícama, look.
Yeah.
Oops. A ver.
So I just want to say again, congratulations to all the people who drove us, at how great a driver you are, and how much I admire you, and how grateful I am that you drove us. And if I ever go to Mexico again, I hope that you have a car, and if you don't, I'll rent one, and I hope you have time off that you could drive me, because I just feel like the best way to travel through Mexico is to have someone who's a local person to Mexico, to the town you're visiting, to drive you. I just felt like it was a totally different cultural experience than what I'm used to, and I think it's too dangerous to try to imitate the driving culture of Mexico if you're not used to it. For my next video, I'm going to do one of my ghost stories. I know my last video was a ghost story. I try not to label it a ghost story because it's Marcella's dad, and I didn't want anyone to be offended, but we really were scared out of our wits by the door opening and closing in our room, and a couple other things that happened that we showed in that last video. But this really weird thing happened to us when we went to the Pantheon de Berlin, which is the cemetery that's famous as the most haunted cemetery in the world or something. And we went and we used our ghost app, which I didn't really believe in until it said that thing about Max. It said the word Max, and then I didn't know that was the name of Marcella's dad. So we went to Berlin, and some things happened there. So that's what I'm going to do for my next episode. I'm going to tell you some of the ghost stories of things that happened to us at the Pantheon Berlin. And I hope you enjoy it. And if you don't believe in ghosts, I'm just telling you what happened. I'm not embellishing or making things up or dramatizing, but it's just the authentic, real experiences that we had. So hopefully you can enjoy it, at least on the surface, for the Mexican culture, if you don't believe in the ghost part of it.